Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a serious and rapidly evolving situation in the Middle East. The region has been a hotspot for geopolitical tensions for decades, and recent developments have only added fuel to the fire. Israel has launched a ground operation in southern Lebanon targeting Hezbollah. This move has significant implications for the stability of the region. This marks the first such incursion since the 2006 war, a conflict that left deep scars on both sides and reshaped the political landscape of the Middle East. Israel describes the operation as limited and localized, aiming to eliminate threats to its settlements along the border. The goal is to neutralize Hezbollah's military capabilities and ensure the safety of Israeli citizens. However, officials haven't provided a clear timeline for withdrawal. This uncertainty has led to widespread speculation about the true extent and duration of the operation. The Israeli military has called for the evacuation of residents from over 24 villages in southern Lebanon, urging them to move north of the Al-Awali River for their safety. This mass displacement adds another layer of complexity to the already dire humanitarian situation. Any house used by Hezbollah for military purposes will be targeted, raising significant concerns about civilian casualties and displacement. The destruction of infrastructure and homes could have long-term repercussions for the local population. Despite international calls for a ceasefire, Israel is pressing ahead, signaling a potentially dangerous phase in the conflict. The lack of a diplomatic resolution could lead to further escalation and prolonged violence. The international community is on edge. Global leaders are scrambling to find a solution that will prevent further bloodshed and restore some semblance of peace to the region. The U.S., while reaffirming Israel's right to defend itself, has warned against mission creep and the risk of a wider conflict. American officials are closely monitoring the situation, aware that any misstep could have far-reaching consequences. Meanwhile, the UAE has announced a $100 million aid package for Lebanon, addressing the dire humanitarian situation caused by the fighting. This aid is crucial for providing immediate relief to those affected by the conflict. The UN is pushing for urgent de-escalation, stressing the importance of protecting civilians and ensuring aid delivery. The organization is calling on all parties to respect international humanitarian law and prioritize the safety of non-combatants. On the ground, humanitarian organizations are sounding the alarm. They are working tirelessly to provide essential services and support to those in need, despite the challenging and dangerous conditions. In Gaza, over 2 million people are displaced and in dire need of food, shelter, and medical aid. The ongoing conflict has exacerbated an already critical situation, leaving many without basic necessities. With winter approaching, the situation could turn catastrophic if aid deliveries continue to be hampered. The cold weather will only add to the suffering of those who are already struggling to survive. Zooming out, Israel's ground operation in Lebanon is part of a broader conflict involving Iran-backed militant groups across the region. This complex web of alliances and enmities makes the situation even more volatile. This includes Hezbollah, Hamas in Gaza, and the Houthis in Yemen, all part of Iran's axis of resistance. These groups have their own agendas and motivations, further complicating the conflict. These groups have vowed to continue fighting Israel until a ceasefire is reached in Gaza. Their determination to resist Israeli actions adds another layer of intensity to the conflict. Israel has ramped up its attacks on these groups, carrying out airstrikes on Hezbollah targets in Lebanon, Hamas infrastructure in Gaza, and Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. The scale and intensity of these operations have raised alarms worldwide. This escalation raises fears of a regional conflagration, with Iran threatening crushing blows in response to Israel's actions. The potential for a broader war looms large, with unpredictable consequences. The U.S. is closely monitoring Iran's response, concerned that Tehran may intervene directly if it perceives a threat to its interests. American military assets in the region are on high alert, prepared for any eventuality. This situation remains highly volatile, with the potential for further escalation and a widening of the conflict. The international community must act swiftly to prevent a full-scale war. That's it for now, folks. We'll continue to monitor the situation and provide updates as they become available. Stay tuned for more updates as this story develops. Your engagement and awareness are crucial in these times of crisis. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any breaking news. Your support helps us bring you the latest and most accurate information. Stay safe out there. Remember to stay informed and take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Catch you in the next one. Until then, take care and stay vigilant.